And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thank you for joining me today for a quick chat and, of course, our morning cup of coffee. And I thought for today I'd talk a little bit about our feast day, because, of course, it's the 29th, and we have our vigil tonight at our parish in honor of the Holy Apostles, which we celebrate every year on the 30th. And again, we're doing something a little bit different this year because of some constraints with our temporary location. We're having the vigil this evening on the eve of the feast. We'll have the Great Vespers, the Matins, and the liturgy all at once. And but I wanted to talk a little bit about that concept of the vigil in light of the apostles, because in reality, when we're remembering and celebrating the holy apostles as our patron saints, and when we think about them in general and celebrate them wherever we are, they're such amazing, huge figures in the life of the church. I mean, where would we be without the holy apostles to have spread the gospel through the first century? But realistically, when we think about the apostles, we have to remember that an apostle is literally one who is sent. They're sent to proclaim the good news of the gospel of Christ. And I think in that sense, all of us here in America in this day and age, we are called to be apostles. We are called to be ones who are sent to proclaim the good news of the resurrection of Christ throughout the world, because we're existing and living in a society that is increasingly becoming atheist and agnostic and rejecting a belief in sort of traditional Christianity. And so for those of us that do believe that, it becomes all the more important for us to be able to witness our faith. Now, there's the rub. How do we witness our faith effectively and in a loving and caring way that actually, bears fruit? Well, we need for ourselves to be, focused and spiritually sound. You can't give to someone else what you don't already have yourself. And that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about the vigil. Just this idea of how we have a lot of tools at our disposal for those of us that are supposed to be sent to proclaim the good word and the good news of the resurrection. We want to be building ourselves up spiritually. And we have such amazing resources in our church, primarily through our services. The Orthodox Church is a church at prayer. It's a worshiping church. We are a worshiping church as an Orthodox Christian church. And far too often, we don't really have a good experience and understanding of a full cycle of worship. For most people, for most of us, and we attend services on Sunday, when we can. We're generally not on time for the most part. We have some sort of a calculation. There's some sort of a built-in algorithm that we have as Greek Orthodox, which when we're told what time it is, we can automatically add an hour and 18 minutes to it. So, Matin starts at 9. Great, I'll see you at 10:18. Well, wait a minute. How did you come up? Well, liturgy around 10. You don't want to be too early, so I'll make sure I'm there before or around the great entrance, whatever. And so when we do that, we miss out on so much that's there to be able to build us up and make us stronger Christians so that we can go spread the good news of the resurrection. So I would encourage you to think about attending the other services that are available. Great Vespers that we're going to be attending tonight. The Matin service, again, we have that every Sunday. And most people just, kind of think, well, that's for the priest and the chanters and, spiritual people. It's not for me. I don't have to be there that early. But we're missing out on how the service sort of builds and unfolds so that there's a high point to the service, which is the reception of Holy Communion. That's the apex. But if you only come for that 20 minutes, you don't get a sense that anything has built into anything. There's no unfolding. There's no high point. There's just that 20 minutes, and it is what it is. And then people are confused. I wonder why I don't get more out of church. Well, that's kind of why. Take advantage of all the opportunity that you might have to be able to attend, and you'll benefit more and be stronger in your faith so that you can then be one who is sent to be able to share that faith with those who are around you. Once again, may the Lord bless and keep us this day and every day. Amen.